We are back live inside the Bill Harris Arena. As play has already begun here in the women's semifinal ball game with the Central State Lady Marauders and the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Toss is going to be conducted, but there has already been implemented an administrative technical foul against the Lady Marauders of Central State. So before the tap begins, the Thoroughbreds lead 2-0. We'll get the players as play resumes and let you know who is out on the floor as things start out. Thoroughbreds with the basketball. They'll go with Zaria Kilgo, Brooke Wallace, Winter Webb, Jordan Campbell, and Brittany Ritzie. The starting five for the Thoroughbreds. Will identify those players as we go. That's Ritzie with the jumper from outside, and Ritzie picking up where she left off in the quarterfinal ball game on Thursday with a three-point shot, and it's an early 5-0 lead for the Thoroughbreds. Ritzie in the quarterfinal ball game, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Central State now with their first opportunity on offense. They'll shape it up this way. Brill Johnson, the freshman, going. Mustafa Nada starting. Fallon Edwards, Sierra Harley, and Siobhan Banks, the 5 for the Thoroughbred, the Lady Marauders of Central State, as they fight inside and miss the shot, but they'll get a rebound here. They try to work it down low. And the turnover gives it to the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Just underway, glad you could join us for our continuing coverage on HBCU Game Day. Women's semifinal action with the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State and the Lady Marauders of Central State. Charles Ward, Polly Carr coming along momentarily, and Toby Durham with the production here.
Basket's good by 13 for Wallace.
And back the other way, Wallace with a basket now, and the Thoroughbreds lead it. They lead at 7-0. Bounce pass on the inside by the Lady Marauders. That one's blocked and kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with them in a half-court set. Thoroughbreds winners in quarterfinals, 71-65 over Albany State. That ball game in overtime. And in the first round, they defeated the Lady Lions of Payne College 81-58. That was their road to the semifinals. Left corner now with the basketball is Harley, and she throws it away. So we go back the other way now. Ritzie and the Thoroughbreds on their end of the floor. They work it down low at the block. That's Wallace fighting for position. Missed on the shot down low. Spalding handles. Out top Harley for 3. Creased the rim but missed on the shot. She'll run that down. Floater right side. Spinners off the mark. Put back in the inside by Edwards. And a whistle down low. Officials for this semifinal ball game: Lawana Johnson, Tim Hatton, and Tammy Smith with the play call.
At the line, number 10,
so one more semifinal ball game. It'll be men after this one, but right now we're just at the top of the beginning of this contest with the Lady Marauders of Central State and the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Right now the Thoroughbreds with a 7-0 lead early in the contest. Edwards shooting here. She had 17 in the quarterfinal ball game for the Lady Marauders of Central State. This is Campbell at the block now for the Thoroughbreds. Tried to get it out to Ritzie, and Ritzie is fouled. And we go back. No, not fouled. They're going to call it. She stepped out of bounds. Yeah.
I think you saw it right.
Sure.
It might not have been called that way, but two bodies collide. Generally,
should be something coming out of that.
Yeah.
So half-court set now for the Lady Marauders. They are scoreless with about 7:35 remaining in this first quarter of play. Now they work it inside to Edwards. Edwards inside. It's Campbell guarding. And they're going to call the foul on Jordan Campbell, the 6-foot junior from Montgomery, Illinois.
Well, Charles, I told you I was really looking forward to this because of the deep rivalry between Kentucky State and CSU, and I said it might be the best one of the day. That last one's going to be hard to follow.
That's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Yes.
Oh, boy.
We have had some good ones here.
But each game is special in its own different way.
No question about it. That's right. This one certainly has a unique blend to it as well.
You have to give it up for Coach Ricky Jackson. He has the secret sauce, the only coach in America who has defeated Morehouse this year. He's done it twice.
Twice, indeed. And a slim possibility that those schools could meet in NC2A postseason play.
I tell you what, there'll be some upset fans if that's the first round matchup.
Yeah, no doubt. Basket inside the paint. That one's good now.
Call it the HBCU elimination round.
Sure. Right side, Campbell to the rack, and she got the lay-in. Good feed pass there from Wallace, and Campbell got the basket.
Like, you guys know each other very well.
Why don't you all just play each other, right? Destiny Russell on the floor, works it down in the corner. Jump shot there by Siobhan Banks. That one's fought for, off the mark, but she'll get the rebound now. Foul line extended and missed on that shot.
Long two-pointer if you're an analytics fan, the worst shot in basketball. Take a step back.
And you get more for the buck,
Yeah.
right? Out front now for the Thoroughbreds handling the ball game. Basketball is Kilgo. She'll go right side, 13 to shoot for them. Out front with the jumper, trying to bank it in, is Webb. That shot's off the mark, but the rebound inside and the put back by Brooke Wallace. Wallace was on the spot in that quarterfinal win against the Golden Rams of Albany State. Got a couple of big rebounds and putbacks. Did the same thing there. That trip down the floor.
Can I call the Thoroughbreds Cinderella? Is that a fair assessment? Eight-woman team?
Boy, you could if they stay where they are.
Have to run the gauntlet through the week with only 8 available players and come from behind, resurrection win.
In that overtime. So with this being their third contest and all the way to the rack, the basket there by Webb, and she got that basket on a good penetration right side.
DeVita taking on Galicia here, the #1 seed Central State.
Out front now with the basketball. That's Edwards. Pushes back over to Russell. Russell pushes left side to the rack. Tried to bank it, left it short. Rebound at the block, though. Banks got it, and she missed on a putback. Thoroughbreds finally come clear with the basketball and a foul.
Yeah, I think Rizzi did just enough to get in there and irritate her, swiping at the ball to disrupt that layup attempt.
So Edwards, correction now, it's going to be Banks departing the basketball, and it'll be Chevelle Cox coming in to replace her in the lineup. So the Thoroughbreds with the 13-4 lead. We're at the 5:04 mark remaining in the first quarter of play. Good pass down at the block. Campbell's there, missed on the shot, follows the rebound, underneath, fighting, and lost it over to Russell and the Lady Marauders. Russell stops, pops, and drops it for Central State. Good square up by Russell on that jumper. We're at 13-6 now. Kilgo works it left side with the pass to Webb. They try to go down to Wallace at the block and a whistle down low. Cox just got on the floor, and the Port of Spain Trinidad native picks up her first foul. Comes with 4:33 remaining. Timeout on the floor. Thoroughbreds with a good start here, Tolly. They lead at 13-6. Good ball distribution. Almost all of the players in the starting rotation have scored a point here.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You always have to think about it with Kentucky State. They only have 8 players. If you can get a little bit of a lead, maybe conserve a little bit of energy. I mean, you still have to put forth, a championship effort out there, but you don't want to get in a hole early and have to expend a lot of energy playing catch-up.
And you think about this Thoroughbred roster with the only 8 players. They played first-round play in the tournament, had to play in that round. They played on Thursday in the quarterfinals. They're coming back today to play in the semifinals. We'll have to see if fatigue becomes a factor for them with the limited roster that they have, maybe later in this ball game. And if they get to the finals tomorrow, we'll see if that impacts that contest.
Yeah, it'll be a 4-game run in 7 days. Generally something that you don't do during the regular season.
Absolutely. So the Thoroughbreds, coached by Terrence Slater, he's in his 2nd year. And we referenced that early on, that this year is very unique in the SIAC. When you look at the Lady Marauders of Central State, LaTanya McDowell, she's actually an interim head coach at Central State, appointed in February. So she has not been in that role very long at all. So the new kids on the block now, all of them pushing toward the championship ball game.
Yeah, I got that email in February. It was like, coaching what? What happened?
Yeah, I was there when you got it. And he was like, well, Nick, you got to tell me something.
Yeah, we were at Panera eating lunch. I was like, Charles, do you know about this?
So we go back the other way now. 4:28 left first quarter. Turnover by the Thoroughbreds there, so Central State will have the basketball.
Replacing Jordan Campbell.
Spalding across the timeline with the basketball.
And that was Charles' first trip ever to Panera. I broke him in.
Oh, yeah, you did. Never been in those establishments. A little swank for my taste. Just give me Maryland fried chicken and I'm good.
There you go. Eric Tabor will bring you some on Saturday.
Yeah, let's see if we can talk him up to that. He can arrange a viewing party. He surely got to be able to bring something from no question. Want you to be able to sample that. Out front now on the weave. That's Webb. Down in the corner. I think she just lost the handle on it.
Like she was thinking about a pass and then realized, this is not going to be a good pass, so I'm kind of stuck here.
No, I think they're going to keep that basketball, though, Tolly. Not sure what happened there, but I guess one of the Marauders touched it. They push it in the corner quickly with the jumper, rattled it, and popped out of there for Webb. Rebound comes away to Russell. A correction, that's Spalding with the basketball, and the Marauders turn it over. So Central State with the turnover will go back with the Thoroughbreds handling.
Brooke Spalding's parents and I think her brother in the stands here. Had a chance to talk with them. Actually took a picture I'll put up on our social media. They had their CSU swag on. It said Central State versus everybody.
They come down the floor with the pass, leading Cox too far, and it's another turnover.
Oh, man, and I took a picture of Brooke's parents, and she just threw a ball that almost wiped out our basket can down there.
Boy, have we been fortunate with that camera so far.
Well, it's all cockeyed now. Gotta go down there and readjust it. Thanks, Brooke.
Thoroughbreds with a 13-6 lead, and they have the basketball. We're in semifinal action now. On the women's side, our final semifinal contest. The winner of this ball game will meet the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. They win over the Lady Panthers of Claflin earlier today, 61-59. Outstanding play in this SIAC tournament from the very beginning right on to where we are in semifinal action. Final men's contest to come after this in semifinal play.
I'm just so worn out emotionally, Charles.
Sure. Last couple of games have just been a roller coaster. And you know, for me, being with the Maroon Tiger Sports Network and covering Morehouse throughout the year, that was a nerve-wracking basketball game to say the least. Yeah. Out front now, Kilgo drops a three-pointer for the Thoroughbreds.
Probably the only team that came into this week knowing if they didn't win it, they'd still be okay postseason-wise.
Sure. If there's any team that has the luxury of that, it was the Maroon Tigers. So out front, the jumper there by Russell is off the mark. Central State trying to inbound the basketball. They shoot it all the way into the back court. Ritzy going to run it down there, and Thoroughbreds have it in a half-court set now. .220 remains in this first quarter of play. Thoroughbreds with a 16-6 lead. Just taking care of a couple of technical issues there. That's why we had a little bit of sparse commentary. And at the line, it's Kalia Herbert, the freshman, shooting here. Herbert good on the first free throw. So a good start for the Thoroughbreds. They're 6 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 5 from behind the arc, and perfect from the free throw line at 2 of 2. Contrast that with Central State, 2 of 14 in shooting. And a tough go of it so far in this first quarter. Harley back out on the floor now for the Lady Marauders of Central State. She'll replace Edwards in their lineup. Herbert for the second, got them both from the line. Herbert in the quarterfinals, just 1 point and 1 rebound. First round play, 4 points, 2 rebounds for her there. Thoroughbreds take an 18-6 lead. We'll go to 2:10 left in the first half. Harley works right side. Harley scoreless thus far. All SIAC player being held in check thus far. Running jumper left corner by Spalding is off the mark. Inside, they're going to stay there with the Central State Lady Marauders on their end of the floor. Foul going to be called down low.
Foul on 21, Jordan Campbell.
Campbell picks up her second for the Thoroughbreds. Side out for the Lady Marauders. Out front with the basketball, that's Banks. Now to Harley. Harley over to Spalding. Tried to dump it down low to Edwards and a turnover.
No one home.
Turnover number 6 there for the Lady Marauders. And boy, they are looking very sluggish right here, Tolly, as things start to unfold here early in this first quarter.
Yeah, the Thoroughbreds have tripled them up here at 18-6.
Lady Marauders, runner-up in the SIAC tournament last year, lost to the Lady Tigers of Benedict College. And they dispatched the defending champs, the Lady Tigers of Benedict, in quarterfinal play, 78-56. But having a real challenge here in this semifinal ball game. 1:24 left, first quarter of play. It's an 18-6 lead for the Thoroughbreds. Across the floor now, Harley with a hard step. Down at the block, trying to get it down to Edwards and threw it out of bounds. So turnover number 6 now for the Lady Marauders of Central State. And onto the floor now for Central State. And Jada Davis, the junior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A minute 9 left first quarter. Out front now with the basketball. Left working it at the right post is Shay Taylor. Taylor works it over to Herbert. Under a minute remains, 13 to shoot now for Kentucky State. Herbert backpedals now, she'll attack. Had it tapped from behind, but it went to Taylor at the block. She'll turn with the jumper. Shots off the mark, backside rebound Davis, and a whistle.
Fouls on 25, Erica Jones.
They call that foul on Erica Jones, the freshman for the Thoroughbreds. And Central State will inbound the basketball.
One thing about these low energy starts, it permeates to the bench, to the fans. It's just
even to the broadcasters.
There's nothing there to get people fired up.
On the move, penetration here by Davis. Got a whistle inside. And they're going to get her for the charge. So Davis picks up her first.
Offensive foul, number 4, Jada Davis.
There's not a lot of energy right now with the Lady Marauders of Central State. Thoroughbreds are content with this pace of the ball game. They lead at 18-6.
Yeah. They'll take this all day. Just let's slow wind all the way to the end.
Ritzy out front now. As Herbert has a little bit of difficulty handling. Got it to Taylor, down at the block to Wallace. 7 in the shot clock inside the paint. Jones missed on there. And we go back the other way now. They don't even get it airborne. So at the end of the first period, 18-6, Thoroughbreds with the lead over the Lady Marauders of Central State. Will step out for a timeout and back with more HBCU Game Day coverage of the SIAC basketball tournament. We are back live here inside the Bill Harris Arena. Central State, second quarter action now. They'll handle the basketball. They trail it 18-6. Trying to see if we can get some life pumped into their offense. Out front now, Davis handles. It's 2-3 defense there for the Thoroughbreds. Out front, Spalding now. Now the team's leading scorer, Harley, handles. Go down to the block, Spalding with the runner. That shot's off the mark. They try to chase it down, and Taylor comes clear with it for Kentucky State. Kilgo across the timeline now. Works it right side. Rizzi dunks it down at the block to Wallace. And now they throw it away in traffic. So the Thoroughbreds give up the turnover, and the Marauders come back the other way. Out front, Harley pushes across the floor. This is Spalding for three, and finally somebody on that offense knocks down a jumper. So Brooke Spalding, the freshman from Fairfield, Ohio, with that basket. Make it 18-9. Thoroughbreds leading by 9. Left side, Rizzi behind the arc. Down at the block now to Taylor. Taylor works the paint, whistles inside. Drew the foul from Mustafa Nader, the junior from Evansville, Indiana. Back out for the Thoroughbreds now, Winter Webb, the freshman from Beaufort, Georgia. As Taylor takes a seat. She'll get a high five from Coach Terrence Slater. Good spot of work for her on the floor for Kentucky State. Bounce pass to Wallace. Wallace to the rack, can't convert there. And we go back the other way.
She put it right on the money there. Just couldn't finish that layup.
Kilgo with a great entry pass. Wallace just not able to finish. So with 8:41 remaining first half, the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State leading the Lady Marauders of Central State 18-9, vying for a seat at the SIAC Women's Championship ball game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Corner shot by Banks. That's off the mark, but the long rebound comes clear to Davis. Now out front, Spalding will take another three-point shot, hoist that, and shot an air ball. So K-State now going back the other way with 8:10 left first half. Kilgo out front, Harley guarding defensively. On the weave at the block, Wallace. Hard to the rack, missed on the shot, but the whistle will send her to the free throw line.
That was on 22, Siobhan Banks. That is her first.
So Wallace with 4 points in the ball game.
Number 13, Brooke Wallace for 2 shots.
Her first trip to the free throw line after the foul down low. Wallace good on the first. Thoroughbreds perfect at this point from the free throw line, 5 of 5.
Boy, we've seen a lot of teams this week who
haven't been perfect.
Could maybe still be here. The difference between being back home and still being in Birmingham.
Indeed. Wallace 2 of 2 there. 29, Thoroughbreds lead. Lady Marauders half court set. Push right side by Nader. Whistles on her penetration. They call the foul on Wallace. And Wallace has picked up her second. That will send Fallon Edwards shooting here for the Lady Marauders of Central State.
Yeah, KSU cannot afford to have her in foul trouble.
Edwards misses on the first of 2 as Taylor makes it back out on the floor, and they respond to your comments there, Tolly, as Wallace departs the basketball game.
Yeah, she's the anchor of that front line offensively and defensively.
Edwards got 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Edwards with 17 points in the quarterfinal ball game on yesterday, or on Wednesday, for the Lady Marauders. On the spin now up top, that's Jones. Basketball's tapped in the backcourt, run down the floor by Edwards, and a whistle on her penetration after the turnover by the Thoroughbreds. She was running the floor. She'll be back at the free throw line shooting.
Now that's one way to get back into the game and save some time by going to the free throw line.
So she'll be shooting here. 1 of 2, her first trip to the line. We're at 7:31 left first half. Got that good spinning on that one, and the basket's good. On the floor now for the Lady Marauders. That's Hillary Diatan.
Very good.
I got that from Nick Novi, so I know that's right. I think the PA announcer's kind of calmed himself on that.
He takes a big gulp before he says some names.
Right side now, Taylor handles the basketball.
Like I should have been a sports writer.
Really? My own little world. I don't have to pronounce anything.
Just spell it right.
Sure. 7:16 left in the contest. It'll be Kilgo to inbound it. And in this first half of the contest, don't want to get that far ahead of ourselves. Rizzi in the corner now. On the move, stops, and she's fouled there. No, she stepped on the inbound line.
No, offensive.
Oh,
little push off.
What? Neither of the above. It's a foul on Rizzi.
It's her first.
So with her first, we go back the other way. Central State now trailing by 9 with 7:05 left first half. Chance to cut into the lead if they can just get something going offensively.
Yeah, a little forearm shiver there.
Edwards. They go to Harley, left corner. She'll raise, fire, and drains a three-pointer there for the Lady Marauders. That's what they need. They've got to get a spark. And Harley with three-pointer there makes it a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, just like that. Only down by 6.
Hard push right side, Kilgo. Now Taylor up top. Gives it to Rizzi. Rizzi inside the paint, works right side. Now dumped it back to Taylor. 12 to shoot there for the Thoroughbreds, and they'll turn it over.
Right between the wickets.
So turnover number 8 for the Thoroughbreds. And Central State now a chance to cut even further into the lead at 6:27 left first half. Trailing at 20-14. Out front, that's Jade Davis with the basketball. Down in the corner now, Harley. Pass inside and threw it right away. Dangerous pass, and the Thoroughbreds took it away, and they go half-court set. Kilgo, right side, flashes through to the rack, missed on the shot. Rebound, Jones. Jones puts it up left side. Her offering is off the mark, and Kilgo gets it, and they get a fresh 30. Rizzi on the move now. Pushed it across the floor, tapped out of bounds by Davis. It'll stay with Thoroughbreds.
Thought Rizzi was going to shoot.
So did I, yeah.
She had a little angle there.
Seen her with enough space, even tighter than that, and fires it. Timeout on the floor, 5:51 remains first half. Thoroughbreds lead it 20-14. Take a break here on HBCU Game Day's coverage of the SIAC Tournament. Back after the timeout now. Kilgo to inbound the basketball. 5:51 remains.
What am I going to do next week when I don't have arena music pounding in my ears for 7 days in a row?
Just have to do that shoot musicless.
I'll go home. They'll say, Dad, why are you talking so loud? What?
I know. It takes a while to get it all out of your system, doesn't it? Kilgo, left side, she'll work it for the Thoroughbreds. Now they have 11 to shoot. Hard dribble by her, trying to get it in the hands to Rizzi in the corner, but she's tied up there. Basketball tapped out of bounds. It'll be 7 for the Thoroughbreds to shoot the basketball. 5:35 left first half.
I'm anticipating a carrying call before long here.
You know, we haven't seen one in a minute. They try to dump it down low to Jones. Got the pass, missed on the easy shot, though. A rebound to the Lady Marauders with 5:28 left. On the move now. They flash it, and Harley, right side, got the lead in.
Hey, she's been the force here lately, last few possessions, keeping them in the game.
Harley with that basket, and she's got 5. We're at 5:10 remaining, and the lead now for the Thoroughbreds cut to 4. Rizzi, nice bounce pass there, and missed shot inside by Webb.
You can't mess up the dime like that.
Yeah, that was so smooth there by Rizzi. And Harley comes back the other way. We'll see how smooth she can be. Behind the back. Left side. On the move now, it's Edwards. Back to Harley. Pumps a three-pointer, drains a three-pointer. So Harley with 8 in the ball game, and the lead now for the Thoroughbreds cut to 1.
She's going all Kobe Bryant out here.
Yeah.
Inside, outside.
Lady Marauders spotting the Thoroughbreds early here in this first half, now trying to chase them down with 4:30 left.
Yeah, they were up by 12 at one point.
Indeed. Rizzy out front now, looks for a screen. She's got it, stops, pops, and drops. Boy, she is just almost automatic, isn't she? So Rizzy answers with her 3, 23-19. Harley pushes out front to Davis. Davis, hard move. Left flank now with the short jumper. That shot's off the mark by Diatan. Whistles as Taylor falls out of bounds.
Central State, number 1, Brooks Balding, number 3, Destiny Russell, and 22, Siobhan Banks.
Inbound play, Harley. Tried to get it into play inside. Lady Marauders almost lost that basketball. Whistles on a tie up there near the mid-stripe with Webb. And looks like Edwards for the Thoroughbred, for the Lady Marauders.
Rugby top right there.
So they call Webb for the foul.
Oh, Winter Webb was on Instagram tweeting out the live link for today's game. So she wants her family and friends to check her out. Hopefully you guys are out there watching.
Hard push down at the block. Down low to Spalding. She got it, missed on the shot. There's a put back inside there by Banks. She's fouled. She'll go to the line.
So this week, some names I recall. We've had Winter Webb. There was a Frost.
Yeah. I believe for Fort Albany State.
Yeah, we got some ice cold players out there.
Well, I don't think we had a summer though. So everything remains frosty as you indicate. From the free throw line, Banks does a good job there. Got them both there for the Lady Marauders. 3:43 remains first half, 23-21 lead. Still there in the backcourt. Pass across the floor now. Basket going to count there by Edwards. And Rizzy commits the foul for the Thoroughbreds.
She wants that one back because there's no way she's going to block that shot. Just stuck her hand in there.
Sure.
And that's her second. And along.
So chance for the three-point play here by Edwards.
Along with Brooke Wallace, who has 2 as well.
Three-point play.
So the Lady Marauders claim their first lead of the basketball game, 24-23, with 3:30 left in the first half. Still in the backcourt by the Lady Marauders. Now they lose it on the inbound line.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting the ball across half court here.
That pressure, full court pressure by Central State starting to have an impact.
Oh, we have another call here. What's
something I'm sure that Coach Slater doesn't agree with.
Did they reverse it?
Looks like they did. And it'll be the Lady Marauders with 20. They're going to go a fresh 30 for them to inbound it. 3:27 remains. Harley surveys. Pushes it inside to Spalding.
Ball don't lie.
No, it doesn't. Kilgo has it. Thoroughbreds have it. She's tied up in the backcourt.
Central State really putting a lot of full court pressure that Kentucky State just can't handle right now.
They call the foul on Harley. That's her first. Harley now up to 8 points. 1 rebound and 1 assist for the Lady Marauders, who have claimed a 24-23 lead. Rizzy in the backcourt now for the Thoroughbreds. Works it over to Kilgo. Now back to Rizzy. Quick push pass in the corner to Taylor. She's on the move and a whistle inside the paint. Blocking foul called there. Go get Spalding, the freshman, with the block.
Kentucky State was getting caught on the sideline, making that another defender. Finally got the ball back to the middle of the court to Rizzy, and she was able to make something good happen after crossing half court.
Shea Taylor from the line. Missed on the shot. One more coming. As Herbert reports back out on the floor now for Coach Terrence Slater and KSU. 3:08 remains.
Shea Taylor from Ohio. Misses the second free throw here.
So back the other way comes Harley. Cross dribble by her, nicely done. Leans with the floater left side. Didn't stay down for her, but a great looking move and shot.
Half point for the move.
Yeah.
Fouls on 31. Shea Taylor.
They call the foul down low, though, so the Lady Marauders will stay on the end of the floor. As
And
Taylor.
Coach just got teed up over there on the Kentucky State bench. Coach Slater.
Slater said, what did I say?
He's going to have a seat now.
Sometimes it's not what you say.
It's how you said it.
And he still wants an explanation for the call.
Come on, Coach Slater. You know how the game goes.
Officials conferring now. He's pleading his case about all I said was, well, who was a foul on or something to that effect. And we'll see. And they're not going to go for that.
I've never seen – have you ever seen a technical rescinded?
No, can't say that I have. I've seen a player foul out of the ball game when they're on the bench, but I've never seen a technical rescinded.
They might get rescinded by the league office a week later, but during the course of a game, like, Coach, you know, you're right. I was too quick with the whistle.
Sure.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
So the teams are even with technicals now because Central State got an administrative tech to start this basketball game out.
Second administrative tech we've seen this week for the tournament.
Indeed. It's one of the rare times that I've seen a team score before the game actually starts.
Yeah.
So from the line, 26-23 after the tech. And for the Lady Marauders, it'll be Siobhan Banks, the senior from Chicago, with a chance to add to that lead. So Central State gets 2 points courtesy of Coach Slater. And Banks misses on the first of two. We're under 3 minutes remaining in the first half of play in this semifinal ball game. Banks got the second. The winner of this one will meet the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta University, who beat the Lady Panthers of Claflin in semifinal play. Across the timeline, they got Jones down at the block. Good work by her, but can't finish. Banks clears for Central State. Spalding to Harley. Harley. Left corner, Spalding. She'll take a few steps in with the jumper. Nice decision by her, and she got the basket. So Spalding with 7 in the first half.
Yeah, mom, dad, and little brother happy about that.
Quite a swing so far. Down low, they got Taylor. She's free, and she got the lay-in.
She had to yell.
Sure.
I am wide open, like all outdoors wide open.
Whistles back the other way. Timeout on the floor, 2:07. Central State took it, leading it 29-25. We'll take a quick break here on HBCU Game Day. Back to the Crossplex after this. .207 remains, first half action. Harley after the timeout, floater right side. That shot's off the mark. Taylor got the rebound, but over her back was Fallon Edwards. So Edwards going to be guilty of the foul. We're going to go back to the other end of the floor now.
Man, during the timeout, I have not heard that much juvenile since 99 in the 2000s.
No,
Juvenile is taking over Birmingham again, and taking over for the 2018.
Taylor at the line. I know you're playing it in your car as you drive over here every day, though, Tolly. First free throw by Taylor's off the mark.
I actually listened to Tupac last night. You had Ricky Lake on in yours. I have a 25-year-old Tupac CD that I'm still listening to.
But I wasn't the one that got lost trying to get back to the hotel. So
well, just took the scenic route.
I saw the little bridge you were talking about.
I told you.
Earlier today.
It's got neon lights and it's flashing.
You weren't too far off, though. You're just a couple of streets early on your turn.
Took the wrong turn to Albuquerque.
Never should have made that turn in Albuquerque. Nobody will know about that reference point there, but the two of us.
Bugs Bunny references.
Toby says he knows it.
Bugs Bunny.
Sure. Left corner now, a minute 40 left, 29-25. Lady Marauders with the lead. Floater there in the corner.
That was a lot of
Spalding.
contact.
Yeah, no call there. Kilgo goes back the other way now with the pass to Herbert. Harley jumps her near the mid-stripe. Now Rizzi handles.
Kentucky State still, they're not in a bad spot. Only down 4 points here.
Had an early lead. Gave that up. Now nice bounce pass by Rizzi at the block.
She's been surfing it up. Her teammates have not been finishing it off.
Short on her three-point effort out front this time. We go down to 67 seconds left first half. And a quick moving Sierra Harley right flank.
She has that backdoor pocket pass down pat.
Russell missed on that shot. Harley there for the putback and banks it home with the basket. Harley kind of standing there and saying, look, what comes to me?
I think her teammate's injured. Or
half-court set now. Rizzi. Left corner with the jumper. That's Herbert. She rattles it good for the Thoroughbreds. 40 seconds left. 31-28 lead. Lady Marauders with the lead and basketball as we play down this first half of play. Harley, left side now to Spalding. She'll survey. Bounce pass inside. They back out to Harley for three. Yes! Sierra Harley with 15 after that triple.
Harley doesn't say much. Real quiet demeanor on the court, but she is an assassin.
Yeah, she sure is. Got that three-pointer with just a little bit of time left for the Thoroughbreds to answer before the break. On the jumper, short. Was it?
Does it go?
Kilgo did not get it.
Yes. Yes.
Officials far side of the floor. They will count the basket.
I don't know why he looked so angry as he was saying count it.
Put it up on the board. Put it on the board. They'll put it up there at the intermission. The Lady Marauders lead at 34-30 over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Semifinal action here from the SIAC Basketball Tournament. We're live from the Bill Harris Arena on HBCU Game Day. Take a break here. Back with more from the tournament.
Your halftime score, Central State 34, Kentucky State 28.
Okay, welcome back to the 2018 SIAC Basketball Championship. I'm Tolly Carr, and I have a special guest here. She has so many nicknames. We're not even going to get into that. We're just going to stick with her real name, Kyra.
Yes.
Washington. Did I get that right? You wrote it down for me.
No, you got it wrong.
What did I say? Jackson.
Yes,
I know it was
Jackson,
Washington.
Jackson.
I know it was one of those presidents.
Oh, my God.
Presidents. Kyra Jackson,
Yes.
you are a sophomore at Clark Atlanta University, and you have been here at the SIAC Tournament all week.
All week.
Doing some of everything. What are some of the duties you've had while you've been here?
It's varied from camera operation to helping with press releases and press conferences and talking to the teams and just hospitality. It's been everywhere.
So Kyra has been helping us on camera so much this week. She has been clutch. Now, so if you're enjoying the tournament out there, you can thank in part Kyra and even Dee Dee, who you can't see. Dee Dee's holding Dee Dee's holding our basket cam right now and rolling her eyes. We'll let you meet Dee Dee at a later date.
Yes.
But I wanted you to tell everybody your story about how you got to Clark Atlanta. You are from Los Angeles.
Yes.
Your parents don't have any connection to HBCUs at all. You don't come from a long lineage of people who have been to historically black colleges and universities. Not even your sister went to an HBCU.
She didn't. No, she didn't. My sister went to Florida State University. She got her master's at Northwestern. No one went to HBCU in my family. My parents didn't get to finish college. And so when it was my time to go to college, I was like, where am I going to go? I got into a juniors program of a sorority that was near my campus, and they educated me on black colleges. They educated me about myself, took me to different places, and then I just knew HBCUs were for me. I applied to 8, got into them, and Clark Atlanta was my path.
And what has been so special about your time at Clark Atlanta?
Clark is a home away from home. I don't know what it is about it. It's really in your heart. Like, we joke about it. Yeah, there's bad things about everybody's university, but Clark is really my home. The staff is super supportive. I've met amazing people, and there's so many opportunities. Like, it's crazy. I've grown for the better as a person since I've been there.
Now, you were a cheerleader in high school, right?
Yes.
And then you get to Clark, and you find yourself in the band. How did that happen?
I have no idea. I wanted to get involved. Freshman year, I wasn't involved as I should have been, and so I was saying, sophomore year, I had to go off with the bang. And I did cheer before. I've done dance. I've never done flag, and so I tried out. And for some miracle, they accepted me, and so I was on the Silver Breeze flag team, and it's been really cool. It's been a great experience. I have my team sisters, my coach, and now my brothers and sisters in band, so it's been great.
And you've been a part of the band Resurrection. You didn't realize it because your first year is all that you know, but the band experience at Clark Atlanta has been kind of special this year because everything's been on the up, on the up, on the up. Oh,
yes. Dr. Brock has been leading the band in the right direction. We've been recruiting hard, and Clark Atlanta Band is coming back. The Mighty Marching Panthers are going to be back and popping next year. You guys stay tuned and just watch.
How fun has this week been for you? The women have made it to the championship game. The men might make it there as well. I know you and Dee Dee have been cheering along press row on the slide, even though I told those guys they're still cheering on press row.
It's been super exciting to not only watch my team, my school, but just watch all of these amazing schools. These programs are great, and it's really interesting to see how people come together. And, even though it's a competition, we all love one another, and it's amazing. I mean, sports media is something totally different. I'm so happy and blessed to be a part of it.
All right, now when you go back home, you always tell your parents and all your friends, like, you don't even get it. Like, what this HBCU experience has changed my life.
You can talk to them about it. You can show pictures, but I so promote going to HBCU because the experience is one of a kind. I mean, I can connect with someone that might be 60, but they went to HBCU and we understand each other. And it's really a big family. It doesn't matter if you went to Clark, Howard, it doesn't matter if you went to Spring Hill. Like, you're a part of this big family, and it's amazing.
Well, Kyra Jackson here, sophomore at Clark Atlanta. Let me see the phone, Dee Dee. Let me see basket cam. We got to give Dee Dee some love here. This is your classmate. Say hi, Dee Dee.
Dee Dee!
I didn't tell her she could leave.
Come back.
now we have to. I don't want to do my own camera work for my own interview here. So we're going to finish up here in a second, Dee. But these two young ladies have been so amazing. Even though I came in this morning and they were quietly in the back eating pizza, did not ask anything that I want any. But that's okay. You've been so helpful this week. We couldn't do what we've done this week without Dee and without Kyra. So guess what? It's about to happen now. Both of you have to go back to work.
Yeah.
Halftime's almost over.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes left.
Thank you so much. Look, amazing stories when you come to HBCU. So if you're out there wondering where you might want to go to school, or if you're trying to maybe influence your child's decision just a little bit, just a wee bit, here's a success story. 2 success stories about Clark Atlanta University as Dee sighs. Oh, is this over yet? All right, we'll come back in just a minute. It is halftime right now, and Central State leading Kentucky State 34-28. You're watching HBCU Game Day, our live exclusive coverage of the 2018 SIAC Basketball Championship right here on HBCU Game Day.
And we're back live here inside the Bill Harris Arena. Semi-final day here. We're calling it Day 5, the contenders. Teams here vying to go to the show tomorrow. Semi-final action early here from the Bill Harris Arena, Clark Atlanta. The Lady Panthers first entry into the semi-final round with a win over the Lady Panthers of Claflin early on, 61-59 in that ball game. On the men's side, the phenomenal season for the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College came to an end today. They lost to the Panthers of Claflin 77-69. Claflin defeats the Maroon Tigers twice during the course of this season, and they advance to the finals tomorrow. They will meet either the Panthers of Clark Atlanta or the Tigers of Benedict College, who play next here on HBCU Game Day. And the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta meet the winner of this ball game, the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State and the Lady Marauders of Central State. We are in the third period of that contest. At the break, Central State 10 of 33 shooting for 30%. KSU 9 of 25 for 36%. And as play starts in this third quarter, first turnover of it belongs to the Thoroughbreds, or correction, a foul, offensive foul called against the Thoroughbreds on their end of the floor. Charles Ward, Tolly Carr, and Toby Durham. And I just found out earlier today that Toby's from Raleigh.
Earlier today?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to go along with that, right?
Well, I'm still waiting on your check for that bridge to nowhere, so you might.
Man, I thought something magical would happen on the other side of that bridge.
Did you really? Well, it will. Just stay with it.
I didn't know where I was. It was red, green, yellow, purple.
They call the foul on Nada, and she picks up her second. That will send Wallace to the line to shoot here. Wallace in the first half of play, 6 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and she rattles that one good. So make it 37-29 now. Wallace with one more coming. And she drains that one as well. Bench points in that first half. Central State with 9 and the Thoroughbreds with 7. Turnovers, 10 for the Lady Marauders and 11 for the Thoroughbreds in that first half of play.
Yeah, Coach Slater gets her back on the bench. She's still working with those 2 fouls. Maybe you want to buy some more time before you don't have to worry about that third as much.
Entry pass batted away there by Webb, and it will stay with the Lady Marauders on there on the floor at 8:55 left in this third period. Glad you could join us for our continuing coverage of the SIAC basketball tournament on HBCU Game Day Live with the production assistance by HBCU Live, bringing you all the action here from Birmingham.
Enjoy talking with Kyra Jackson at halftime, one of the SIAC interns who's just been amazing for us this week.
All of them really have done a great job.
Yeah, and Kyra from Los Angeles knew nothing about HBCUs and decided that's just what she was going to do. And she comes all the way from LA to Atlanta and has fallen in love with Clark Atlanta University.
She's got to be happy about what she's seen with the Panther basketball program. Ladies already into the finals as Campbell works the baseline and got a lay-in, and the men in the next contest with a chance for them to push into the finals as well.
Yes. And Benedict has ideas of their own. What would that be? A Benedict Claflin final? Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
Half the state of South Carolina might make it down here by Saturday night.
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah.
And they have such a weird schedule. I know we can't look too far ahead, but they play each other at the end of the season twice in a week, like Saturday to Saturday.
Sure.
And then to end the postseason, that would be something special.
Well, it certainly keeps things fresh on the players' minds about assignments and what happened in the previous games. You're right. A couple of schools that way here with Central State and Kentucky State.
Yeah, they play their rivalry games kind of butt together.
Yep, on the 8th of February, and then they played right back on the 10th. So that's like a day apart between the games. Bank shot there, in and out of the cylinder, and a whistle.
Seems like across the schedule this season, it seemed like there wasn't as much time between the Morehouse and Clark game as there usually is this year.
I think you're right on that. I think it may have been maybe at the most 2 weeks, at the absolute most.
Yeah, usually you play that rival right at the middle of the conference schedule and then the very last game, but
you
a little different this year.
Now, Tolly, so we're going to take a look at it and see. Played Morehouse on February 8th and then on the 22nd, late in the season too.
Twice
Clark
in February.
Atlanta,
Yeah, 2 great games. We won't see another one this year, though, between those two, unless postseason.
Sure.
Potentially. I maybe spoke a little too soon there.
Yeah. Everything up in the air until the announcement on Sunday from the NC2A about teams and locations for the tournament.
Yeah, let's just stay here and do a live show one more day. Come on.
Sure, why not, right?
Selection Sunday from Birmingham.
Running it down on the other end of the floor is Edwards and a whistle. So Campbell trying to catch up, and she commits the foul. So with the loss by Morehouse, really the idea, we know that they're likely still going to be into the playoffs. And what looms large either for Claflin or Clark Atlanta is what they do in the remainder of this playoff. Clark Atlanta pretty much has to win it to even be considered for getting into the playoffs.
I would say if anyone else would get an at-large bid, Clark has the best chance. They're number 4 in the South right now.
No, I think I misspoke. Yeah, it should be Claflin that pretty much has to win.
Yeah, sure. Claflin and Benedict. Sure. They both are ranked, but should they lose,
sure,
we know how that goes.
Sure, yeah. Don't expect any help.
No, we've been to that rodeo a time or two.
7:15 left in the third period now. Moving left side with the basketball is Kilgo. Now Jones with a hard step left side to the rack, and that's nicely done by Erica.
Strong move there.
So Jones with that basket now, and she's got her first points of the contest. Lady Marauders on their end of the floor now. Harley has it out front with down to 6:50 remaining in the third period. It's Davis in the corner underneath on the lay-in. Good penetration by her. That's going against Campbell, I think, and indeed it will. Because Campbell's picked up her 4th personal. She's going to have to depart this basketball game. Picked up that 4th with 6:45 left in the third period.
We were talking about the men's action. I did see an assistant coach, or could have been head coach, I don't know, but from West Florida, who is the number 2 team in the South region right now. So doing a little scouting,
sure.
Team that they might see down the road in Morehouse, or maybe even Claflin. Got 2 for the price of 1 today, sure, on the scouting trip.
You're right. Can't double expense that, though. The same location.
You could try.
Yeah, you could. 40-34. Lady Marauders lead it. Central State with the basketball. Half court set now. Kilgo near the mid-stripe. Harley tapped it from behind, but it comes clear to Webb. Webb had it snatched away by Spalding. Now up
Numbers here
before
for
they
the Marauders.
They push it down the floor, and there with the lay-in is Jade Davis.
Rizzi with those 2 fouls really couldn't risk trying a rundown on the defensive attempt. Had to let it go there.
So Jada Davis with that lay-in, it forces a timeout. It comes with 6:23 remaining in the third quarter, and it comes with the Lady Marauders leading at 42-34. We'll step out for a break on HBCU Game Day. We are back live inside the Bill Harris Arena. 6:23 left in this third quarter. Lady Marauders lead at 42-34. 6:18 left now as the players make it down on a half-court set for the Thoroughbreds. Left post Taylor just under the floor. On the weave. Now she'll take it herself. Down at the block, spins, turns to the right side, and nicely done by Taylor.
Hey, took her time. She was patient. Got the leverage she needed on the block and got 2 points. Harley here will get
Look at 3. Yeah, right at it.
Thought it was about to be a prophetic call there.
Sometimes you just want to get so far out in front of it just because you see it on its way.
Yeah. And I was just thinking, she hasn't scored much here after putting up 15 in the first half.
Banks off the floor now.
She is just so smooth.
All called on that play on Jones. This one out front, and you could have done it on that one. That's Davis knocking down that jumper from three-point range.
From range.
So Davis got a lay-in before the timeout and comes back with a three-point bomb as play has resumed here after the timeout. We're at 5:39 left, third quarter. Jones, right block, doubled there. And bounce pass to Taylor. Taylor backing in on Nodder. Inside, they push it left corner now. On the move, that's Webb to the rack, and she got a lay-in. Nicely done by Webb on the penetration. So 5:17 left in the third quarter. Central State with a 45-38 lead and a travel violation there. So the freshman Spalding travels. That's number turnover 11 for the Lady Marauders, and we go back the other way.
Brooke Wallace checking back in. That gives Kentucky State another option on offense, as well as Rizzi back in the game.
He'll go across the timeline with the basketball. We're at 5:05 remaining third quarter. Rizzi behind the arc now. She's been quiet as well. They push it to Jones. Nice bounce pass. Kilgo free left side, and she got the lay-in. That's good execution there by the Thoroughbreds.
Yep, those are the things, type of buckets that'll get your confidence back as a team.
On the move, Spalding. She'll stop, pop, and spins it on the cylinder. Rebound and a putback. Shots off the mark by Edwards. And whistles down low. We go back the other way. We'll go back the other way after a timeout. 45-40. The Lady Marauders leading the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State in semifinal action. We'll step out for a break on HBCU Game Day.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also find us on Fire TV, Roku, and YouTube. Just do a keyword search, HBCU Game Day. We are leading the conversation on sports culture at HBCUs. We are HBCU Game Day.
Hope you're enjoying our continuing coverage of the SIAC Tournament. We're live from the Bill Harris Arena at the Crossplex in Birmingham, Alabama. 4:43 left in this semifinal ball game. Thoroughbreds trying to catch up with the Lady Marauders, and they'll get some basket help there from Erica Jones, left side with the lay-in. She cuts that lead to 45-42.
You've been here so long, Chuck, you're starting to sound like Keith Jackson, Alabama.
Shot in the corner there by Davis is off the mark. And we go back the other way to the Thoroughbreds. Are the Lady Thoroughbreds with the basketball? Yeah, they're trailing with 4:19 left.
Well, only down by 3 now.
Yeah.
A little mini run going.
We shouldn't be surprised. All of them have come that way. Lead pass, Rizzi can't get it to fall. Whistles inside.
Get that close. You maybe want to use the backboard. Tried to short arm it in there, and a little too long, goes over the rim.
It'll stay with Kentucky State, though. Marauders trying to get Destiny Restel out on the floor. She'll come out and she'll replace Jada Davis in their lineup. Kilgo surveys, dumps it inside. Jones in the paint, stretches the lane, and got the shot to fall. So Jones with her 6th point of the contest, and she makes it a 1-point ball game. Central State now needs a basket. Spalding, bounce pass inside. They push it back to Harley. She's free, pops a 3. The rimmer is off the mark. Brooke Wallace clears, and she's fouled in the backcourt by Mustafa Nada. So Nada picks up her 3rd.
That is her 3rd.
She'll depart the game, and back in is Siobhan Banks, the senior.
Siobhan Banks.
So the Thoroughbreds now chance to claim the lead with a basket this trip down the floor.
That came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah. Just snuck right up on us. Right side, Kilgo. 3:30 remains in the 3rd. She'll backpedal now. Tried to leave it down back for Rizzy, and Rizzy now on the move with 7 to shoot.
Let's see what she has in her bag.
Dumped it to Wallace and threw it away. Turnover, Central State back the other way now.
Had an apple turnover in the bag that time.
Inside, Spalding the floater, good. Whistle as well. Rizzy with the foul.
Yep, that look of disgust is probably a little self-centered there. Disappointed that she reached in there to get that foul. That's going to be her 3rd.
So she picks up the foul, and Spalding chance to convert on the triple here. Spinner's off the mark. Whistles inside the paint. And we'll check the foul. So a foul called inside. And we're going to go back this way. It'll stay with the Lady Marauders of Central State. Foul was called against the Thoroughbreds and Webb. So Webb with that foul picks up her 2nd. And Coach Slater's just been left befuddled here. He was befuddled as to why he got that technical. And now he's wondering how in the world did we get a foul going the other way.
He's had a befuddled look a time or two this game.
It's like he's staring over this way like, somebody help me, please.
But he has realized what to say and what not to say and to whom.
Well, you know where he's peering, right? He's looking over here at the officials who are gathered down here at our left.
Yeah.
Ones who make the assignments for the SIAC and
give out the grades.
Sure. Coaches with those keen eyes spot everything in the arena.
You see your boy, right? You see your boy.
Yeah. 49-44.
That's what they said. Hey, at HBCU game day, we keep it 100, as the kiddies say.
Yeah. I missed that show by Larry Wilmore. We used to do that segment, keeping it 100. You'd think that maybe somebody like Aspire or one of the other, like BET or somebody, would have picked the show up like that.
Well, you know, Aspire's got the deck. They got a lot of syndication there. They got the deck stacked.
Yeah.
Watch
Flip Wilson.
If you like Flip,
you get plenty of Flip.
You can flip out with Flip.
Thoroughbreds now, 26 to shoot.
Almost took the referee out.
Kilgo fell and almost took him down.
Pull up.
Jones, jumper, short, tapped out of bounds. I think it's going to stay with the Thoroughbreds, though. So they'll re-rack it with 30 and 2:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Kilgo to inbound it. They trail 49-44. Inside pass nicely done to Jones, but she cannot convert. Spalding comes out of there with a rebound. She'll push for the Lady Marauders now. We're down to 2:30 left. Top of the key, squaring is Davis. Now she'll take it on the dribble to the rack, banked it and missed. Brooke Wallace, the 6'2" junior, comes away with that rebound. And KSU back on their end of the floor now with 2:15 left, 3rd quarter. And whistles. They're going to get Harley away from that basketball, trying to catch up with Herbert. So Harley picks up her 2nd.
Harley was riding that Harley in the first half. Had those 15 big points, just pulling up from all over the court.
Settled in. Now she's got 18 in this basketball game as Herbert rattles the first free throw. Good. Game has certainly gone in spurts both ways.
Well, a lot of great contenders for all-conference team. Maybe the tournament MVP as these teams whittle themselves down.
Sure. Get the sense that a lot of it's going to come down to at least a strong input from HBCU game day. We've been here from start to finish. Corner shot there by Banks is good. 3-pointer.
I'll go to the meeting if they're serving pizza.
Anything for pizza, huh? We're under 2 minutes left.
One more kernel of popcorn. I'm going to pop.
Out front, the jumper pushed out there by Webb. It's off the mark. Spalding runs that down. They got a 3-on-2, but she kicked the basketball. And the Thoroughbreds back the other way. Wallace ahead of the fray, and she'll get the lay-in.
Yeah. The crowd was yelling for her to duck it, duck it, duck it. I'm going to get my 2 points here. Thank you.
Exuberant fan back there. We're at 52-48. Lady Marauders still leading. Harley behind the arc. pushes it inside. Now down in the corner, shooting a three-pointer. That one's flat on the shot is Davis, but a backside rebound by Russell. Over to Spalding in the corner with 1:08 left in this third period of play. So the Lady Marauders get another look. And now whistles inside the paint. Players struggling for position on the inside.
That was on 13, Brooke Wallace.
They call the foul on Wallace. That's her fourth.
Number 22.
So Wallace with 4 now, and Campbell already on the thoroughbred bench with 4. And this is where that bench, or the limited bench for the thoroughbreds, may come to haunt them.
Yep, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the game. If you can get out to a lead, maybe coast just a little bit, that's one set of circumstances. You get behind and you got to play some tough defense, get some stops. You can be worn out by the end of the game with an 8-woman rotation.
Makes the job of Coach Terrence Slater a lot harder. Missed on the second free throw. It's 52-48. It remains now. Kilgo. Half court set. 47 seconds on the game clock, 16 on the shot in the third.
Oh,
Taylor.
She rolled over her 3 times.
Banks able to get up, but Taylor.
That was on 22, Siobhan Banks. That is her second.
Banks commits the foul, but she paid the heavy price for it.
Our friend Don Green from the Atlanta Voice tweeted out our behind the scenes. She got my good side there, the back of my head. Dawn's a good follow on Twitter. She's at Break of DMG. Dawn Green heavily involved with HBCU sports coverage as well. So give her and the Atlanta Voice a follow whenever you get a chance.
Thank you for participating with us, Dawn. Shot from the line by Taylor. She used all of the cylinder
These
for
are
that
some
one.
friendly rims.
Got it to fall. 36 seconds left. 2-point lead by the Lady Marauders. In the third, Harley between the legs and pushes back across the floor. Free for 3 is Spalding. Rattled it and missed it, but there on the putback, nicely done on the inside by Diatan.
Spalding has to finish your call for you when you hit the free for 3. It's got to go in.
Yeah, making me look bad there, Spalding. 10 to shoot, or 10 and a half.
Nice shot.
Quarter. Good shot there by Herbert. So they trade baskets now. Can they get one off here? Harley raises, fires, and did not get it airborne before the buzzer.
She had a good look at it, but when she pulled it up, ready to launch, it bobbled in her hands a little bit, messed up her rotation.
In the 3, 54-52, Lady Marauders lead the Thoroughbreds. Timeout here at the Bill Harris Arena. Back with the fourth on HBCU Game Day.
On the field, behind the basket, in the press box, bringing you HBCU sports like you've never seen it before. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event at an HBCU knows that it is just that, an event. The band, the cheerleaders, it's a complete show. The game day experience at HBCUs is truly unique. No media outlet does a better job at capturing that experience than HBCU Game Day.
From there, it was just an instant classic. It was a great basketball game.
Follow us online at hbcugameday.com, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. I'd like to say hello to all the nice people on campus at Kentucky State University. They have a live stream party going on. The Office of Campus Life put it together. They are in the Student Center Ballroom right now watching the live stream. And in case you missed the flyer, hopefully you brought your food from the CAF to this event because it was permissible.
Office of Campus Life trying to do some disassociation there. That we won't be providing food, in other words.
You can bring whatever you want from the CAF.
9:45 left.
No finger sandwiches here.
You can bite your own fingers if you want.
Maybe doing that here before too long. Another close one.
At least the nail portion of it. Shot off the mark inside for the Lady Marauders. Central State now trailing by 2. On there on the floor, the Thoroughbreds turn it over, and Central State comes back the other way. Davis out front to Harley. Harley with a hard push inside, the floater to the rack, shots off the mark.
That's going to be a charge as well.
So Harley picks up her 3rd, and we go back the other way. Central State with a chance to tie this basketball game up at 54.
That is her 3rd.
9:11 remains in the basketball game. As Kilgo, the senior, approaches the mid-stripe.
Well, you have to have high blood pressure being a Kentucky State fan in this tournament. They get down, they come back, they get down, they come back, they go to overtime, they pull it out of nowhere.
Loose on the floor, Harley and Herbert collide, and they're going to get Harley for the foul. That's going to be back-to-back for her, and that's going to be number 4 for Harley. Boy, Central State with a little bit more number in terms of players on the sideline, but they can hardly afford to lose Harley.
May offset that 8-person rotation just yet.
Sure. Kilgo pushes out front to Jones. 8:50 left in the ball game now. Out front, that's Herbert with the basketball. She'll work it right side. Webb surveys, raises, fires for 3, front of the iron. Long rebound comes clear to Edwards and the Lady Marauders. She'll push left side. Now on the move, Russell. Right flank and a whistle. Going to have the offensive foul.
Wow, they're just breaking out with offensive fouls.
Russell a little bit too deep underneath, and she commits the foul.
We're over here introducing Toby Durham to Twitter. He doesn't tweet regularly. We're showing him some of these gifs between little trash talk between Central State and Kentucky State. It gets kind of rough on Twitter, Toby.
That's a good one there, showing. Back out on the floor now.
No animals were harmed in the filming of that GIF.
We think. Jones misses on that jump shot in the paint. Lady Marauders continue to lead it.
I don't want to hear from Peter, so we won't be showing you any of those. You'll have to look them up on your own.
On your own, right. Inside the paint, basketball tapped around. It'll stay with the Lady Marauders now with 7:57 left in the basketball game. Inside. Top of the key now. That's Diatan. They try to dump it down low. In traffic. Turnover gives the basketball back to the Thoroughbreds. That's turnover number 15 for the Lady Marauders.
Yeah, Kentucky State forcing that turnover out of that 2-3 zone. That zone kind of helps you out when you have a short rotation. Helps potentially protect you from some fouls as well.
Rizzi back out on the floor now for the Thoroughbreds. She'll work it behind the arc. Left corner now, Taylor on the move with 10 to shoot. Leans back with the jumper, spinner's good, and Taylor drew the foul.
Hey, I like the moves that Shay Taylor has in the post. She's not rushing. No, she's moving quickly, but she's not in a rush. She takes her time, gets her defender right where she wants her, and puts the proverbial biscuit in the basket.
So Taylor, you're right, moving at her pace inside the paint.
But you can't stop it.
Ties the basketball game at 54. Chance to give the Thoroughbreds a lead with a free throw. She does. So the ebb and flow now is back in the direction of the Thoroughbreds. 7:21 left in the ball game. Inside, that's Banks with the basketball, a whistle in the paint. Campbell just back out on the floor. This one's going to go against Webb instead of Campbell. Campbell out there playing with 4 personals.
And you've talked about it, how hard it is to beat someone 3 times in one season. Central State has defeated Kentucky State, and they beat them back-to-back games.
Yep. 7:12 left. They call the foul on Webb. She picks up back-to-back fouls, and that's going to be her 4th. Thoroughbreds now, the Lady Marauders looking in as Spalding pushes inside the floater. Nicely done for her, just inside the free throw line. 56-55, Spalding with that basket. That's her 11th point of the ball game. Kilgo works the circle now. Now Rizzi handles it. As Davis applies the defense, Rizzi, that three-pointer is off, an air ball shot by her. I don't think it was.
No. Checking in, number 4, Kalia Herbert.
So Herbert back out on the floor now for the Thoroughbreds. She'll replace Webb, who just picked up those back-to-back fouls. 6:39 left. Lady Marauders trailing now. Are still in the lead now, 56-55. They go underneath and a whistle. Banks will shoot. And on the ball game, Banks for the Lady Marauders at 8 points. She's 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Banks is good on the first. So the lead for the Lady Marauders now back up to 2, 57-55. Good free throws there by Siobhan Banks. 3-point lead now for Central State. We're down to 6:20 left in this basketball game. Kilgo out front. She's back out on the floor. Pushes out front to Campbell. Campbell stretches right side, missed on the shot. Rebound and a whistle down low. See who this foul will go against. They call the foul on Diatan. And that's her third foul, and that'll send Campbell to the line shooting for the Thoroughbreds. Still kind of a late call there because Campbell had cleared the lane.
She'll get 2 cracks at it to cut it back down to a 1-point lead as we keep going back and forth. Like cameo.
Campbell drops the first free throw, 58-56. Campbell, big start for the tournament for the Thoroughbreds in the first round. 21 points, 10 rebounds with a double-double, 3 assists and 1 block in that ball game. Got the second.
Big free throws there. In the last game we saw her, she struggled in the first half, but remember her hitting a really crucial three-pointer as she came alive in the second half just at the right time.
Finished with 5 points in that quarterfinal ball game, but as you indicate, Tolly, on spot when needed. 6 minutes left now, 1-point lead for the Lady Marauders. Right corner with the basketball is Davis. Now on top of the key, Spalding. She'll push left side, raises with the jumper. She's going to be fouled. Foul line extended with that shot. So to the line she goes. With 5:51 remaining.
Does this game give you the sense that
don't say
it's going to come down to, I'm not going to say overtime.
No, I know where you're headed.
Wait, I just said it. It's going to come down to free throws.
I'll give you that portion of it. Yeah. And going to take looks like it's taking the tenor of the first 3 overtime games we've had here today as well. And even into yesterday in the quarterfinals, balls games coming right down to the end, and the team that's able to finish near the end is the one that's been able to pull it out. 60-57 now. Lady Marauders lead it. Thoroughbreds with it there in the floor. Here it comes. On the move is Rizzi. Underneath, missed on the shot. Rebound to Campbell, though, left side, and she got the lane.
To the basket.
Lady Marauders got lazy on the rebounding there. Nobody down low squaring and blocking out. So make it a 1-point lead now for Central State with 5:14 left in the ball game. Left side, they push it, Spalding. 2-3 defense for the Thoroughbreds. Entry pass, down low and thrown away. Here comes Rizzi for the Thoroughbreds across the timeline right side. Up top, Taylor. She'll push it left side in the paint, backs in, underneath. Nice done with the up and under, and Taylor got the basket.
She just slow rolls into the basket. She's not in a rush. She surveys the situation, and it is as effective as anything I've seen in this tournament on the women's side.
Taylor's basket gives the lead back to the Thoroughbreds with 4:39 left in the basketball game. 61-60. As Taylor with that basket inside the paint, I believe we have a look at what she was able to do on a nice move inside.
Yeah, Yep, nice little up and under there. Finishes with the left hand. And as a defender, you're kind of at her mercy.
No doubt about it. Just don't know what she's going to do as she spins up under there. Good job by her with the footwork to get that basket.
So here we go, 61-60. KSU up over their arch rival, their nemesis, Central State. And the 2 games that they played weren't. The first one wasn't close at all. The last one on February 10th, and these were back-to-back games. That's one of those tricky scores. It could have been closer or it could not have been that close, but 62-53 was the final score in that one. And Sierra Harley came up big with 18 points, and she's surpassed that effort today as she continues to play well.
Harley is off the floor right now for the Lady Marauders of Central State. Out there off the floor with the 4 fouls. And just lost my live feed stat here.
Well, I do remember you a little while back, you said 18, so I know she's at least equaled that effort there.
Yep. After the timeout, now Lady Marauders on there into the floor. This is Davis with the basketball. They got
Shot
3 to
clock
shoot.
winding down, front of the rim.
Banks
That'll
got
be
it to the
set.
cylinder and a whistle down low.
The referee just knocked somebody off.
Get out of the way, I got to make this call.
He's got some shoulders on him over there. I wouldn't want to be standing there when he comes rumbling through.
4:17 remains in the basketball game. Thoroughbreds with a 1-point lead and the basketball. Right corner Campbell.
Picked up her dribble. Now she's stuck over there in the corner.
And now Herbert runs right into that traffic as well. They finally get it out front to Rizzi. She'll push, spin. Nice job by her, and underneath, got the lay-in.
When all else fails, trust in Rizzi.
Brittany Rizzi with the shot on the inside. Nicely done by her. Back inside on the work. That is Davis with the shot. She's true. So it's a 63-62 lead for the Thoroughbreds. Rizzi down at the block. Nice pass. Gave it back to her, and that's going to be 3 seconds.
Yep.
3 seconds. Central State basketball. Checking in number 21.
3:22 remains. Harley coming back out on the floor now. She'll be out there with those 4 personals.
Rizzi has dialed up the spin cycle on back-to-back possessions. The 3 seconds kind of offset maybe a little bit of magic they could have had on that bucket.
Out front now with the basketball is Russell. Over to Edwards. Harley off the bench for 3. Instant heat with the 3-pointer.
Did not touch one part of the rim.
Straight bottom.
Her hand, net, floor. Other way.
Nicely done. So Harley now with 18 points in the basketball game. .250 left. Pass inside, taken away by the Lady Marauders. Harley wants to run the floor. She'll push it right side. Now leaves it back behind there for Davis for 3. Got the 3-pointer. May have been fouled on that play as well. Big shot there by Jada Davis from behind the arc with 2:37 remaining. Forces a timeout by the Thoroughbreds. Lady Marauders lead it 68-63. So big basket, couple of trips down the floor. First Harley coming off of the bench for 3. And then Davis knocking down a 3 there.
How quickly it changes. You know, we saw Rizzi come down with the spin, and she makes the layup. And then Rizzi had a chance to do another spin, drop off an assist, and we get the 3 seconds call, and just like that, CSU fires right back. We'll take a look here at Rizzi setting her defender up and spin cycle to the bucket. She gets that to go. Then CSU coming back the other way. We just saw this for 3. That was the second 3-pointer in a row on consecutive possessions. And They now have a 68-63 lead, Central State over the Thoroughbreds.
Jada Davis with that triple. Rizzi in the backcourt now, lost her dribble. And over to Kilgo. Wallace at the block, and she got the lay-in. Jones just about a fraction of a second from walking on that play.
Just enough hesitation to throw the defender off and not enough to be called for the travel.
68-65. Lady Marauders lead it. Harley from way downtown.
Range.
Missed on that shot. Players give chase, and it's run down by Russell. And the Marauders now, they go down at the block. Easy lay in there by Fallon or Edwards, and that assist will go to Sierra Harley. 1:55 remains now. Pace starting to quicken. Kilgo now out front. Rizzi spins the three-pointer. That one's off the mark. Harley chases it down. 5-point lead for the Lady Marauders. Harley wants to run. Bounce pass. A correction, that was Davis pushing it over to Harley. And she'll pull it back out front.
Yeah, time is on their side.
Harley, the senior. Six to shoot now. Left side, Russell drops the jumper, but the shot's off the mark. Wallace cleared up the floor to Rizzi. 2-on-2 basketball now. Rizzi spins at the block, left it short. Jones clears, and she's going to be fouled down low by Destiny Russell for the Lady Marauders.
Chance for everyone to catch a breath here as we've had a frantic pace here the last few possessions. Also stop the clock and potentially put 2 points on the board, which would make it a 3-point game with 1:10 to go. So you'd rather be in the lead, of course, but still not, you're not out of this by any stretch.
No, we've seen it all day long. First free throw good there by Jones. And we saw it with this very team last night in overtime. They came off the deck to beat the Golden Rams of Albany State in overtime, and the Thoroughbreds needed all of that to do it. Took over during the overtime period as the second free throw is missed there. We're at 1:04 and clock running here in this semifinal basketball game. Harley across the timeline now with less than a minute remaining.
Yeah, they want to use as much of this as they can.
Right corner, back to Harley. Now she's got 7 to shoot. She'll be doubled out front. Spalding on the move. Shot rejected at the block.
Yeah, there's the stop you need.
Wallace got it up the floor to Kilgo. Rizzi got the lay-in left side. And a timeout taken by Coach McDowell for the Lady Marauders of Central State. Central State worked that clock down, did not get a basket on the back end of that. And what happened, they just did not get back on defense on transition. Rizzi way ahead of the pack on that easy lay-in. It's not bad if you get into half-court set and you don't score if you're leading with under a minute remaining. But you've got to make sure that if you don't score, you don't give up anything that didn't take a whole lot of time to do for the Thoroughbreds.
Well, my prediction was this game is going to come down to somebody at the free throw line with just a few ticks on the clock. I still feel good about that prediction.
You've been pretty good all week long from rebounds.
I've been good enough to whip you and Toby on all the predictions here.
Wow. Mr. Braggadocious, huh?
I think I got the rebound. One right. There was something else I got you guys on. Did I win the turnover?
We're not telling if you don't remember. You're on your own, buddy.
I mean, look, it's hard to remember when you do it all the time, all week long.
So the only time you've ever been wrong is when you thought you were wrong and you actually were right, huh?
That's my line. I'm sticking with it.
26 seconds in the game now. On the move inside the paint.
No need to rush here if you're Central State.
I don't know why they're doing that. They cough it up and they go back the other way. Now it's 16. Rizzi spins hard left side. She's doubled and she's going to be fouled.
Time out first.
Rizzi wants the foul, but the officials are going to confer there.
Let's see who's the boss of this crew here. Here's what I saw. This is what I saw. This is what I saw.
Just can't believe that developed for the Lady Marauders after the timeout.
Yeah, they were in a big rush, and then the play seemed to be off kilter, and they, instead of pulling it back out and maybe resetting, they kept up.
Thoroughbreds.
Yeah. He's the boss.
Apparently so.
At halftime, he told us the bucket is good. And right here, he just let us know.
Demonstrate it.
That foul is a foul.
And Rizzy there at the line, I believe she's going to be
Shooting
we'll
two?
see what
Or
Yeah.
1 and 1? 1 and 1?
It's going to be 2. I think they've indicated 2 here. Now the official's going to get back together again.
Boy, Rizzy's been in this situation before, like
sure has.
just the other day.
24 hours ago about. So the officials conferring now. 70-68, Lady Marauders lead it. And they just gave the Thoroughbreds a gift in that half-court set. What was surprising was that the Thoroughbreds really weren't trying to press and see if they were going to foul somebody early on. They were just waiting
Well,
to see
there
how
was
it
still a
played out.
difference between the shot clock
Sure.
and the game clock, so they didn't have to. All they had to do was play.
Good stop.
Yeah.
So Rizzy at the line to shoot here. And with 12.7 seconds remaining.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, very
That'll mess with
inopportune there.
She was about ready. That's like talking in someone's backswing. That's like your phone ringing during someone's backswing.
That is her 5th.
Oh, she fouled out, so she was still in the,
So that's
in
an
the game.
indication.
So
That's
they had
a
to.
good horn. Yeah. So Coach McDowell now going to have to find a substitution for Russell.
Boy, you said they would be biting their nails at that watch party. I think it's nail biting time.
No question. Banks out on the floor now, and McDowell is just incredulous at the sideline. Just can't believe these turn of events. Rizzy from the free throw line.
It's the first.
12.7 seconds remains. Now, what we saw last night in a three-point free throw shooting for Rizzy, on the third, she missed, and then Wallace got a rebound to put them up. Rizzy got them both from the line on a timeout by Coach Slater. Nothing settled here. With 12.7 seconds left, we're tied right back where we started.
Well, I think Central State's going to ride Harley on this one.
Sure, you should.
I'm pretty sure unless she's going to be the greatest decoy of all time.
They've got plenty of time to go into a set here.
Yep.
They'll have the basketball.
I mean, Jordan did pass to Kerr that one time.
Yeah. And you got a couple of players on that team that you can dump it to now that are capable of connecting on a shot. Harley with 21 in the ball game. Thoroughbreds onto the floor first. They would love to come away here and get a turnover of sorts up from the Lady Marauders.
Well, one thing's for certain, they already have experience of what it feels like to play in an overtime in the 2018 SIAC basketball tournament. They just did it.
Just did it, that's right. So far side of the floor, it'll be Edwards to inbound the basketball.
Here we go.
Front, Harley's got it in her hands. 10 now. Harley going to go right side, looking for some space. Got 7 now. She'll work it at the block to the rack with the shot.
Oh,
and
she got
banked
it
it good. Harley with a big play there, and she peers at the officials on that after she got that basket. Thought she was fouled. What an impressive shot there by Sierra Harley, right side. I think she banked that shot there, Tommy.
We'll take another look at it. It was Harley all the way. No one else was going to have anything to do with that play besides clear out. Working it, looking for the angle, looking to create the space. There's the contact. There's the bucket right there.
Straight on, didn't bank it, but an excellent shot there by Harley, a senior for the Lady Marauders, and that may have sent them into the championship ball game. 3 seconds left.
Kentucky State doesn't have any more timeouts, so they're going to have to go the length of the court here. And running. Well, no.
No, they're going to give it to them side out on the half-court set.
Okay. My apologies there.
So not out of the building yet. All they got to do is get somebody free. Rizzy can definitely knock it down a 3.
You don't have to have a 3, but
not at all.
3 seconds, you can't be picky.
They're looking to the inside. Now they pouch and it's batted inside. Wallace got it to the rack underneath.
And she gets it at the buzzer.
We are going into overtime. So a big basket there by Brooke Wallace. We saw that last night in the quarterfinals. As we look at it on replay, we'll see it again here in the semis. Brooke underneath with a drop step, and she got that basket just before the buzzer. Make it 72-72. And that means free basketball here in this semifinal contest.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of pressure because she had to gather herself.
Sure.
Get her move, but she only had 3 seconds to do it. There was a lot of pressure on that inbounds pass. They were getting close to maybe a 5-second violation. No more timeouts.
You got the sense that the Lady Marauders were not going to foul to send them to the line. Certainly didn't want to do it with a basket.
I mean, that was the pass from out of bounds into the post.
Directly
a lot of bad things could have happened there.
It probably should have happened with that, but it did not. A lot of good things happened there for the Thoroughbreds. They get it into Wallace, and Wallace converts on the lay-in. So for consecutive days now for this Thoroughbred team from Frankfort, they go into overtime. Pull it out last night in the quarterfinal over the Lady Rams of Albany State, 71-65. And 5 minutes here.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you can rewind right now. You have that option. You can be your own instant replay. And I just rewound our YouTube feed here just to look at it one more time. Wow, that was a big-time play by Kentucky State.
Thoroughbreds have been there before. Last night, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow. I can't take it. And we got to do another game. This is a walk-off type.
Never easy in SIAC basketball. We have the T's on the screen. SIAC plays hard. Perfect example of it here. On the weave now, Campbell playing with the 4 fouls. Handles out front. We're going on the logic and words of Coach Fred Watson of the Tigers of Benedict. First team to score in the overtime normally wins. Walt Campbell missed on that shot.
That was a pretty good look, though, she got.
Lady Marauders now, #1 in the West. See how they respond to this OT. Harley surveys. She's got 23 at the block. Nice pass there. Good job, Edwards following through with the lay-in. So she's got 11, the senior Harley with a patient pass to her on the cut. 4:10 remains. We're in overtime. Kilgo out front now. Left side, Webb. Top of the key, Wallace. Spin, nice by her. Missed on the shot.
Great move, just
Boy,
didn't
was it
finish
ever.
it.
So Central State now with a 74-72 lead. We're at 3:45 left in the overtime. Edwards out front, bounce pass in traffic, and Wallace almost comes away with the steal. Trying to get it inside to Chevelle Cox.
Wow, people back in Ohio, Kentucky right now on the edge of their seats, looking at their phones, looking at their iPads. They are just like, oh, this is unbelievable.
Harley out front now, 7 to shoot. She'll raise, fire. Missed on the 3, but Edwards there with the rebound, and they'll get a fresh 30. The Lady Marauders do. 3:20 left in the ball game now. Harley right side, good heart step by her inside the paint. Runners off the mark, tapped around. It'll go right back to the Lady Marauders.
They're fighting each other.
They got the timeout. Coach McDowell peering right in there and saw that they had it, and they got the timeout.
Oh boy, all you can see is elbows and knees when you're down there in the scrum. You don't know who's who.
3:13 remains in the overtime period. One of these teams is going to go to the SIAC championship ball game. That team will meet the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta, who advanced to the championship round with a 61-59 win over the ladies of Panthers of Claflin earlier today.
We go back into the rewind machine here on the instant replay. This is the first basket to open overtime. And Chuck, you said that whoever scores first from the book of Coach Watson usually wins the overtime. And he's probably the dean of overtimes out of all the SIAC coaches right now.
Lady Marauders half-court set. They lead it 74-72. We approach 3:05 left in the basketball game. Wake up, Tolly.
Well, they can't hear that on the radio, man.
Harley out front now. Hard step by her, right side, underneath to the rack. Shots off the mark. Fought for at the baseline. Tie up. Jump ball going to be called. It'll belong to the Lady Marauders. Just Mustafa Nader just really wanted that basketball more than the thoroughbred. She got in and had the tie up there. For the first time we've seen now, staff from the Bill Harris Arena actually mopping up the perspiration. It's normally been the players. Entry pass. Harley in the corner. Tried to slide it inside. Working the block is Cox. Cox missed left side. Good defense there by Wallace. So the thoroughbreds back the other way now with 2:40 left in the overtime. Kilgo works it right side. They work it at the block. Wallace now. Wallace got it airborne and she drew a foul.
She'll go to the free throw line here.
Nada was converging on the backside, but she picks up that foul. That's her fourth now for the Lady Marauders. Wallace shooting here. Wallace perfect from the free throw line, 4 of 4. Now 5 of 5 as she's got the shooter's touch on that shot.
Checking in number 4, Jada Davis.
Jada Davis back out on the floor now.
This feels like not since Creed and Balboa.
Yeah.
Two teams that just won't quit.
We call them the contenders.
No rematch. No rematch.
Certainly won't be one. The winner of this takes it all. They get to go to the finals. Tied at 74 now with 2:20 remaining. Nada in the corner, up to Harley. Harley out on that floor with the 4 fouls. On the move, right side Spalding, pushed by her, lost her dribble across the floor now. Harley head fakes, behind the arc, fires the 3, rattled and missed the 3, but the rebound, Nada there, pushed back by Spalding, shots off the mark. Campbell clears and she threw it right out of bounds. Just tossed it right out of bounds. So the turnover will give it right back to the Lady Marauders on their half of the floor. 1:57 remains. Coach McDowell trying to get a couple of players in the lineup. She'll get Banks out there on the floor and Fallon Edwards. So Cox departs. We got to get one more off the floor.
Well, 6 would be better, right?
Certainly would give you an advantage if you could get away with it. Entry pass Harley now at 1:55. Down at the block underneath. Good job there by Edwards to find the space. So Fallon Edwards works the baseline and she got the basket. She's got 13 in the ball game. We've got 1:42 left in the OT. Turnover inside the paint by the thoroughbreds.
Ball right off the fingertips down in the post.
Central State back the other way, leading it by 2 with 1:30 left now. Right side Edwards, we're in OT, our first. Davis pushes left side, slides all the way through and underneath, and she got the lay-in. Big basket there by the Lady Marauders on the basket. They lead it 78-74 now. This is Rizzi out front. 1:07 remains in the overtime. Rizzi, hard jab step, and they'll get her for the 5-second violation.
She was trying to get everyone to clear out to give her some space to operate.
Took a little bit longer than they had, and they got her for the 5-second violation, and the basketball back to the Lady Marauders now. With 60 seconds left, they get a basket here. It's going to be awfully tough for the thoroughbreds to work some more magic.
Well, they've worked through tough in the last couple of days already.
Absolutely. You got to get down to about a fraction of a second to say they're done.
But at some point, the magic runs out. Keep living on the edge.
Down low, inside with the basket. That's Banks. Good look inside on the pass by Davis. 6-point lead now for the Lady Marauders. Kilgo with 37 seconds left. Gives it to Campbell. Campbell turns. She'll push it inside the paint. Has to come back out. 30 seconds left. Kilgo, floater, right side. Shots off the mark. Rebound cleared there by Nada. And the Lady Marauders now got to grab somebody, and they grab Harley.
Yeah, looks like in the last couple of minutes, you could
Yeah,
the ball sliding off the fingertips,
Sure.
not
Sure.
finishing at the basket. You can see that fatigue of just the run that they've been on just kind of weighing down on them.
Just what we referenced. They played in the first round, played in the quarterfinals on yesterday, and right back at it again today. Back to back to back, simply too much for the Thoroughbreds.
With only 8 available players to sub in and out.
I mean, it's difficult enough when you got a full complement of players.
Yeah.
Harley with the second free throw. She's going to finish this ball game at 25 if it stays right here. 82-74, they lead.
Oh, boy, that score is not reflective of how close this one is.
No, not at all. On the move now, Herbert fires a three-pointer, missed on that shot. Wallace over the back of Banks. And we'll go back the other way. Well, they call the foul. Looks like they call it. They call it on Banks down low.
That is her third. At the line, number 13.
Banks
Wallace.
had the defender over her back, but she got the foul. Wallace leaves the first free throw short. So right now, looks like the magic for the Thoroughbreds will stop here in the semifinals, as the Lady Marauders of Central State in overtime with an 82-74 lead, and a spinner by Wallace on the second free throw is good. 12.8 remains. And we got a timeout taken by Coach LaTanya McDowell for the Lady Marauders. We'll stay here as Central State now leading at 82-75. Close to punching the ticket here for the championship ball game tomorrow, which will take place at 4 o'clock. Of course, we'll have all the coverage for you here on HBCU Game Day. Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta already in there with a 69-59 win over the Lady Panthers of Claflin earlier today. And we're just a few seconds away from inking in the Lady Marauders of Central State, who lead at 82-75 over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Much easier road to the finals for the Lady Marauders. They came in number 1 in the West, so that meant that they had a first round bye. They played in the quarterfinals on Wednesday, a couple of days ago, which means that they were fresher coming into this semifinal ball game. And they are able to withstand, it appears, the onslaught by the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. They took it to overtime, K-State did, with another big move by Brooke Wallace to take it to that portion of the ball game. But since then, the Lady Marauders have taken over in the overtime period. Inbound play now going to be fouled immediately is Jada Davis. And Davis, the junior from Milwaukee, will go to the line on the other end of the floor. So Davis with some free throws here can push this basketball game up to 84-75 and literally out of reach for the Thoroughbreds. Davis, 13 points in the ball game, gets the first, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. So they got some good quality minutes out of Jada Davis, Coach McDowell did. And she spins the second good as well. Timeout taken by Coach Slater and the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State with 12 seconds remaining in the overtime period. Davis makes it 84-75 with the 2 free throws there. On the game, Lady Marauders 27 of 70 shooting, and from the free throw line 21 of 30. K-State 25 of 57 shooting at 44%.
I just wanted to say to everybody out there watching that I really appreciate watching this Kentucky State team. They have a lot of heart. There's only 8 players, but I have really enjoyed watching them over the past couple of days. They've shown me so much.
Indeed, you're right. That's Toby Durham, our producer, who's been here at every game right beside us. And over the last couple of days, these Thoroughbreds have really had a strong effort, showed a lot of heart in this tournament. They inbounded out front now to Herbert. Herbert slides all the way through to the rack, shot the shot hard, and the rebound cleared inside by Cox. And we go back over to the Lady Marauder end of the floor with 6.5 seconds left. Thoroughbreds just gassed here, 2 ball games in a row with overtime efforts. And some of the disappointment starting to set in with them now, recognizing that they are coming to the end of the season. This is Cox shooting. Missed on the first. So it'll be Central State and the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta in our championship ball game tomorrow. Coverage at 4 o'clock. So the brackets set for the ladies' side of things. And they go back down the floor, Kilgo. And that'll do it, 84-75. The Lady Marauders of Central State. It took them an overtime period to do it, but they prevail. They win it over the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. So brackets for the women's championship features Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta and the Lady Marauders of Central State tomorrow at 4. So we say congratulations there, and a good gesture there at the sideline as Sierra Harley giving Shay Taylor a big hug, and they're actually walking off the floor together. And Harley with a great performance for the Lady Marauders with 25 in the ball game. And she leads her team to victory. Lady Marauders win this contest. It took them an overtime period to do it, but they win it 84-75, and we're joined now by the head coach of the Lady Marauders, Coach LaTanya McDowell. And Coach, we got to quit meeting like this. Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate it. Thank you. We do got to stop meeting like this at the crunch time. However, it was a great effort from our ladies tonight. We got a little bit in foul trouble, had to make some adjustments. Some other ladies had to step up.
Talk about this ball game, because you had them for most of the second half, and they got close near the end of regulation. They got a good move down low inside and took you into OT. What did you tell your team after the regulation and into the overtime period?
I told them they had to dig deep if they wanted to play tomorrow. That is their goal. It has been their goal all season. So I told them you have 5 minutes to leave it out on the court, regardless of what's happening as far as the calls, regardless if you made a turnover or missed a shot, you got to let it go. The ladies, I definitely think, stepped up and, was able to play through that adversity tonight.
You played in the quarterfinal ball game. Thoroughbreds had played back-to-back nights. They went in overtime last night. They looked to be a little bit gassed in that overtime period.
Yes, they absolutely did. K-State is definitely a great team, great organization. Respect the coach big time. We've beat them twice this season, so it's definitely hard to beat them a third time and here at the tournament, because everybody, understands this is it, one and done. So, definitely commend them and those ladies, because they played through some adversity themselves. They were a little short tonight. So
you got to be very proud of your ladies as well, because they had a solid performance throughout this basketball game.
They did have a solid performance. I thought we had some areas where we could have took care of the ball better and capitalized in the paint. However, we're just going to go back to the drawing boards tonight and prepare for tomorrow. How
about the senior, Sierra Harley? She came up big for you.
Yes, she did. She's a big-time player. She lives for these type of moments. Like she said yesterday back there speaking with the representatives from the conference, some of her shots look ill-televised, but however, she does practice these shots daily. She puts in hours after practice, and during practice. We fuss at her, but it's a reason why she's practicing that shot for moments like this.
And it's got to be especially special for you, because you were just appointed as interim coach in February of this year. Talk about that ride for you, taking over the pro team at that point and all the way now into the finals.
Well, what some are forgetting, I've been with Coach Sheba for 9 years, as long as she was a head coach. Even when you couldn't see me when I was first on board, I wasn't sitting on the bench or present on trips, but I was behind scenes. And so, it's definitely bittersweet. We get to play on and hopefully, get this win tomorrow to prove to Coach Sheba, hey, what you started is still here, it's still progressing and growing. So, those ladies definitely, I give my hats off to them. They play hard. And then as far as the question of pertaining to myself stepping into the head coach position, definitely a surprise. But, hey, you have to be ready and willing to accept new challenges. So here we are.
Absolutely. Going to be difficult for them to do anything other than name you full after the run you've had with this team. Tomorrow, you're in the finals against the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Played them once during the season. They got the better of you. What's it going to take for the Lady Marauders to come out on top as the champs?
40 minutes of relentless intensity basketball. That's a great program as well. So we're going to go prepare. When the ball tips, may the best woman wins at the end.
We saw 45 minutes of relentless intensity basketball tonight from the Lady Marauders, and you won. Congratulations. You're into the finals. We'll see you here tomorrow.
Thank you very much. You have a great evening.
Head coach LaTanya McDowell, as her Lady Marauders push past the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. Took an overtime period to do it, but they get it done. It's the Lady Marauders of Central State. They'll be meeting the Lady Panthers of Clark Atlanta at 4 o'clock in the Crystal Up Championship ball game right here at Bill Harris Arena. More semifinal action headed your way here on HBCU Game Day. We turn our attention to the men. It'll be the Tigers of Benedict College and the Panthers of Clark Atlanta in semifinal action. We'll have every shot in this ball game live on HBCU Game Day. Stay with us.